Tell people along the way, I'm like, hey man, we're gonna dress you down. We're gonna see you naked, and then we're gonna
Yeah,
put your clothes back on you, and we're gonna
exactly.
close your loan. So,
Exactly.
so it's a process.
Welcome to Loans Elevated, the podcast that brings you the latest industry news, expert interviews, and insightful discussions that will help you stay ahead in this dynamic market. I'm your host, Broch Lassig, and I've spent years in the trenches of the mortgage industry, helping individuals and businesses navigate the complex landscape of real estate financing.
I'm your co-host, TJ Heidenreich, and together we'll cover a wide range of topics, from business strategies that skyrocket your success to mindset and motivation that fuel your growth. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Loans Elevated. I'm excited for today. We've got a great topic, but an even better guest. So topic today is going to be flourishing in a challenging market. And I'm joined by the one and only Patrick Storch. Patrick, how's it going?
Going good, TJ. Everything's going good. One and only. Thank goodness there's not another one of me around. Okay,
Dude, let me brag a little about Patrick. He's actually my coach this semester. He's a mega producer, been in the business a long time, 29 years.
29 years.
29 years, killed, absolutely crushes it. Helps a lot of families every single month. You're in Tampa, Florida, right?
Tampa, Florida.
Awesome. So I want to start out with this. You've been in the industry a long time. How did you get into the industry? And tell us a little bit about your story.
So I woke up, growing up, I had this vision that I wanted to be like this mortgage broker. And I went to grade school and college and everything because I wanted to be a mortgage broker in life. Yeah, not true at all.
Right. Seriously.
I don't know if there's anyone that's like that in our business. So,
Right.
like a lot of us, I honestly, I stumbled into the business way back when. I mean, my story is I didn't have a job back in 94.
Okay.
I was struggling, and a buddy of mine had a mortgage company, and he's like, hey, you want to come work with us? We're doing good things. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have a job. So jumped into it, and man, it was the best mistake I ever made. Okay.
Really?
It just flourished. It was a struggle. It was a struggle in 94. And you know what? It's a struggle right now.
Oh,
but
for
it's
sure.
a different struggle. So
Were you writing mortgages right off the bat? Were you assisting?
yeah, no, I jumped in. I'm one to jump in the fire
Yeah.
immediately, even with the core training that we're involved in. I mean, I jumped in right into level 3, no level 1, no level 2. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur by nature. So if I got an idea or I want to do something, I just do it.
Yeah.
And, it works sometimes it doesn't. But I learn more on the failing of things than on the success of things. Okay.
Right.
That's where you learn the most. So back in the day it was different. Rates were higher, doing $100,000 loan, $200,000 loan was big time,
right?
Big time.
Yeah, exactly.
And, but a lot of ups and downs, but, making that choice to get into the business. And the group that I ended up, with, we did some good things. We started helping out a lot of families. And then it just got addicting. It really got addicting. Helping families, the satisfaction of getting somebody into a house. And I always wanted to be in real estate somehow, some way. I wanted to get into real estate. And so the fact that I had that opportunity, it was at the perfect time, right time, right place.
Right. So you mentioned you've been in multiple different challenging markets. Is there one thing or a couple things you do to keep you on top? Because, we're in a tough market right now, and you're consistently helping over 20 families a month. Is there a couple of things that you attribute that to? What do you think?
Yeah, first of all, my disc is a D. I'm a high D. Okay. And that means I am I'm very, very driven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I beat myself up all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I love competition. I love helping families, but I like to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big sports guy, which is crazy,
really?
but I am very competitive when it comes to business and any kind of business. So, what are we doing and what I've always done? There's a slogan I've always lived by, and it's do what you say you're going to do.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If it costs me money, I'm still going to do it. And at the end of the day, in the end of 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that has helped me through business because you can trust me.
Right.
I'm a team player. I will do what I say I'm going to do. And I'm all in. I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also one of the biggest things I would say is, man, just doing the basics. Like the trust the system.
Gotcha.
Okay, trust the system, systems and processes. And in the early part of my career, I didn't really know that, and I was just winging it. And wow, that was great, and making a lot of money, and everything was great. But I really didn't know what I did the day before or what I was going to do the day after.
Right. You're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to get it all done.
Yeah. And then sometimes we still are now, but I
Right.
know I have my basics to fall back on, and I know I just got to keep doing this.
Right.
I tell everybody, do no more, do no less. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. In fact, I think you said that yesterday on our coaching call.
It really is the do no more part. You know, we can always do more, but even if you don't do more, if you just do what you're supposed to do and you stick to the basics, it just works itself out.
Yeah.
Because the guy next to you or your competition, you know, they're faltering. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're freaking out, you know, and you lose sight of what you're supposed to do. And, you know, we say a lot, you know, we're always planting seeds. We're always planting seeds, and we're doing that right now. And we've been doing it over the years.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in a down market like this right now, you know, some of our agents, some families and stuff like that, you know, we just closed a loan for a young individual, first-time home buyer. And she's a family member, but it's been like 3 years. I've been telling her to hang on, Katie, hang on.
Yeah.
We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there. And finally, we closed her loan 2-3 weeks ago. And it was just so like satisfying, you know, to help somebody get to like not good credit, job wasn't right, no money, keep working with them, prices of houses going up, interest rates going up. But boom, we finally found the right place at the right time, and we got her closed. And man, that's just so satisfying. It really is.
For both her and for you guys. I mean, hell, not a lot of people follow up for 3 years. I mean, the money is in the follow up right there. So
follow up is more. I mean, we have our past clients. You did a good job for them.
Yep.
You closed their loan. Yep. They were happy. They need to be a client for life.
Yes.
The only way they're going to be a client for life is if you stay in contact with them. I have so many of my past clients call me to do a new mortgage to buy a house, and they're using a new real estate agent.
Wow.
And I asked them why. They said, well, I never heard back from my agent after we closed our loan.
Wow.
Which is
crazy to think. I mean, we call it, what the reticular activating system. It's like, if they just bought a house, it's like buying a new car. You bought your favorite car's a red Jeep. And once you buy that red Jeep, you start seeing them everywhere. Why don't we follow up with our people once they buy? Like, it's the easiest thing to do and the easiest way to get more referrals and close more business because of it.
I mean, your database that you have already, and even now our clients that are, you know, we have a follow-up plan for all the clients that we talk to now, because, you know, now may not be the right time for them to buy. You know, prices are high, interest rates are high, the payment's too high. So, you know, we definitely keep in touch with them. And then when they're ready, it might be, you know, we're getting calls from a year ago, we're getting calls from 6 months ago, we're getting called from 2 years ago. Hey, I'm ready now. You know?
Yeah.
And some people think that people don't get back with you because they're not interested.
Yeah.
Or but it's called life.
Right.
Life gets in the way of them. It gets in the way of us. So a lot of times they're like, hey, I'm so glad you followed up with me. We had a death in our family. And I didn't get back with you. Things were more important than, but I'm ready now.
Right.
I'm ready. So staying in contact with past clients and future clients to be, staying in touch with them.
Yeah.
You know, you've got this database of you did a great job with people, and you're taking care of families. And we never treat anything as a unit. A lot of people like, how many units did you close? Never. It's how many families did we help?
That's key right there. That's key right there. Treating them as it is. They're people, and we're helping them with their largest transaction they'll have in their life. Let's treat it.
Got to humanize things, because this is, I tell people along the way, I'm like, hey man, we're going to dress you down we're going to see you naked, and then we're going to put your clothes back on you, and we're going to close your loan. So,
Exactly.
so it's a process.
Yeah.
We find out a lot of stuff about a lot of people, and they don't understand our process. So with everything we've learned in our WOW service, we humanize it.
Yeah.
And then we also try to make it a WOW experience, constant communication, letting them know what's going on through the process. Why do we need this?
Yes, that's huge. The why behind it.
Put the why behind it, because people don't understand. And we just had someone that was, upset with this because we verified their job 10 days before closing. And they thought that was insulting. Well, last month when we verified somebody's job 10 days before closing, they had quit their job.
Oh, no.
Okay, so this is why we do it.
Right.
Stay on your job.
Right.
Don't go out and buy a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Stay on your job,
Exactly.
things like that. So we constantly have to educating people and let them know why. Why? Because that's another debt. Why do you got to stay on your job? Because that's where the money's coming from to pay for the house.
Right.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Don't take unpaid time off to go look at houses.
Thank you. Yeah, that's another one. I need 40 hours on that paycheck.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Oh, man. Well, so you've mentioned you've been through multiple tough markets. What makes this market stick out as opposed to the other tough markets you've been a part of? Have you learned anything from it so far?
Yeah, that's a great question. So back in, I think the toughest market we were in was 05 to 08, 09.
Yeah.
Things really dried up. Like the phone just stopped ringing. It was horrible. People were losing their jobs, losing houses, foreclosures, short sales. I didn't know what was going. I didn't know if I was still going to be in the business. I didn't know if mortgages were going to be around, quite frankly. But we stuck it out. I knew it would be okay. This time around, it's different. Back then the houses were a lot less money. Interest rates were actually lower. But this time around, it's an affordability thing.
Right.
Back then we were just getting everybody houses, even if you didn't have a job.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it was a pyramid is what happened. And then all of a sudden we got to the top of the pyramid and it crumbled. This one's different. This one is, it's affordability. So prices of houses have gone so high. Interest rates are so high. My daughter, who's graduated from college with an MBA on just her pretty darn good salary, she can't qualify for much of a house right now.
Gosh, it's crazy.
It's and then you got the rent factor. The rents are so high right now that it's even hard for these kids to buy, to go rent a house. You gotta get roommates and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's where it's different right now. And I don't see incomes have gone up, but I don't see incomes shooting up.
Right.
Okay.
And they're not matching the pace.
They're not matching the pace.
Yep.
Okay. So, where the husband and the wife, you could qualify just on the husband's income.
Right.
Now we need both incomes. It's dual income almost on every loan, unless there's someone, there's an exception that someone's making a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that, is it going to stop? Right now, I think we're in the middle of it right now.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely in the middle. I don't know what side of the middle we're on yet, but we're somewhere in there. So this is going to last longer. There could maybe, it all depends who you talk to a little bit. There's got to be some price corrections.
Yeah.
A condo I just popped on and looked at the other day, and it was $1,000 a square foot.
Wow.
That's expensive.
And is that luxury condo, or is that just?
Yes, that's a little 400 square foot, 1 bedroom. I wouldn't buy it condo.
Right.
Is what it is.
Wow.
Then you got association dues, you got condo fees, you got condos in the state of Florida that are our insurances are skyrocketing right now.
Right.
So it's all about affordability right now. So what's going to give? Well, people just aren't going to make more money. Like California just made minimum wage $20 an hour. Yeah. So even $20 an hour is not going to help right now. No. So that's interest rates dropping would help, but the Feds took a year or more to raise these rates. They're just not going to drop them overnight.
No, for sure.
We'll get some.
And what does that do though? When if say that they do drop, what does that do to the amount of inventory? And then house prices.
So there's no inventory right now.
Yeah.
So, everyone's waiting to interest rates to drop to go out and buy a house. Well, when
Right.
interest rates drop, everyone's going to be going out and buying houses. So then that's going to drive the price of houses up even more.
Yep.
So, and I hate to say this, but I really think in a sixth sense, we need to like leave these rates high for a little bit.
Yeah.
And force these sellers, some of these prices to come down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also if you can buy a house right now, and who cares about what the interest rate is? It doesn't matter if it's 1% or 20%.
Right.
It's what's the payment?
Mm-hmm.
Can
Yes.
you afford the payment right
Yes.
now and for 30 years, the payment that I'm going to give you? Okay.
Right.
Can you afford that? Yes. Great. Let's get you into a house, because when, and it will happen, we just don't know when and how much, the rates will drop again.
Yep.
6 months, 12 months, 24 months, then your payment's going to drop.
Yep. Of course. Let's
Okay.
establish that ceiling right now.
And if it doesn't,
yep.
you can make the payment.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. So it's going to be a bonus for you. And the thing is with me being in the business for so long, I mean, I've been through 2 and 3 refinance booms.
Yeah.
The new millennials, okay, they don't know what a refinance is.
Yep.
There's a lot of people
That's
that
true.
haven't bought a house,
That's
let
true.
alone me telling them they're going to refinance.
It's one of the
their
first
house.
questions I have to ask in my consultation, because if I tell them that we're gearing up for a refinance down the road, years down the road, they look at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, let's take a step back and explain what refinance is. It's the truth.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you explain that to somebody, that's why we like personal consultations, get somebody in the office, really sit down with them, because we can explain to them, hey, listen, and then show them, look, if the rates drop 1 point, here's what your payment's going to be. And if they drop 2 points, here's what it's going to be. And that kind of makes sense. But you won't, if you get the house now, you're going to get the benefit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you wait, and then in 6 months or 12 months, when rates do drop and the price of the house goes up, you just lost all that benefit, is what you
true.
did.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
true.
So, but not everyone wants to hear that either.
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And this too shall pass.
Yes.
The good markets, they pass. The bad markets, they pass. And is it a bad market? I don't know that it's a bad market. It's the market.
Yep.
That's
No,
what it
and
is.
we hear that all the time from our head coach, Mr. Rick Ruby. It's the truth.
It's
the
market.
honest truth. Yeah. One thing, the one advantage I'd say this market brings, it's forced a lot of us, myself included, to sharpen my skills on the tactics that I'm using for my clients to make sure I'm getting them that payment they want, or even the weird programs, the non-QM programs, the bank statement stuff, the stuff that we weren't doing a couple years ago. And honestly, those products, because where rates are sitting, they're not that bad. They don't look so bad right now as compared to what they did a couple years ago, which is crazy to say.
Absolutely.
Yep. So every time I'm hopping on like social media or something, it seems like you're always on there. You or your team. How the hell do you do it? Because I know you make crazy amounts of dials. You're seeing people face to face all day. I know your schedule is jam packed. How do you fit it all in? And how do you fish with that net and with the pole?
For the longest time, I did everything by myself.
Yeah.
And I was scattered all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I didn't know what I was doing tomorrow, didn't know what I did the day before. And then I did meet this coaching group that we're involved in, called The Core.
Mm-hmm.
And they taught me, and I learned really more how to be a businessman. Okay. How to run a business,
Right.
Work off P&Ls, how to take care of families, how to have a work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I didn't know what that was. So with learning the systems and processes and learning how important it is at nighttime when I go home, don't go walk in the door with my wife and have a phone in my ear,
Yeah, right.
that's when I get home, I'm home. So what I learned over the years is that I can't do it all by myself. I'm not good at everything. Like I'm not as good as I think I am. Okay.
Right.
So I learned about, hiring good teammates. Okay. People that are better at certain things that I thought I was the best at.
Right.
And then I can concentrate more on what I'm good at. Okay. Putting deals together, or, prospecting, being out there and meeting real estate agents and referral partners and finding a need and helping other people out. I love helping other people out. And I love
Mm-hmm.
fixing things.
Right.
Now with that said, we started out with some marketing, doing a little bit on our own. And then I met a lovely young woman. Actually, her mother's a real estate agent. And she came to me one day and said, "Hey, my daughter, would love to intern with you." And, she's learning the marketing and stuff like that. So we met this young lady, and this is back, she's right out of, I guess, in high school. And then she interned with us, and, so we've always had that social media presence. But as time grew on, she went to college, she came back every year interning with us. And then after she graduated, we hired her full time.
Oh, cool.
And she's just been a blessing because we've learned together the social media thing. And so she's my full-time marketer. So she follows me around the office. Oh, cool. She's always doing stories. She's always filming. She follows my same work ethic of systems and processes. Right. And she keeps me on track. I'm scheduled to film at certain days and certain times. Gotcha. And I don't disrespect her. I do what I say. I do what I'm told by my marketing role. So, so we're always out there doing a lot of the TikToking. They got me dancing, doing stupid stuff. Right. But just this week, I get a text saying, "Hey, I saw your TikTok video on vacant land. Can you give me a call? I'm in Texas." Okay? Really? So it's actually, you're seeing results in the business. We're seeing lots of results, lots and lots of results. A lot of our bond programs, we, a lot of the stuff we do is educational. Some of it is goofy, stupid, fun stuff. We want to have fun. And, I've learned in this business, you can't take it too serious. You have to have fun. Used to be stuffy, dress shirt and tie every single day. So, we're in Florida, so, it's hot. So, we've kind of, just stepped it down a little bit and but we still do what we're supposed to do and when we're supposed to do it. So, having a good team behind you and having a good marketing person, I'm not great on social media myself, and I don't want to be. Right. And that's where I major in my major is what I tell people. I'm good at what I do. I'm not good at that, so I don't do it. Right. Okay. Right. Make the right hire. I hire somebody to do it and hire somebody good. You got to have a teammate, very committed, unified team. We're all, when we hang up on this call, we're all going to happy hour after this, awesome. Celebrating a great month. We helped 23 families for, I don't know, $12 million. And we're going to go celebrate it. Yeah. Man. Oh, for sure. You have to, especially in this market. They work their tail off. And we're just going to spend an hour or two together. That's all. Yeah. So I think that's key. Yeah. Oh, for sure. So what does your team look like? How many team members do you have? What are their job roles? What does that look like? Well, we're in our business right now, we call it lean and mean. Yep. Okay. A year and a half ago, we were double the size. Yeah. We're doing a lot more loans, but I feel, and this is something that I learned with this last downturn just a year or two ago, the time to make changes, cuts, relook at your business is when you're on top. Yeah. When you're on top and everything's going great, the underlying part is some things may not be going great. So that's when you got to analyze your business. So when things have, slowed down in our industry in the last year and a half, we got lean and mean. Yeah. I've got my core group of originals that were with me before we grew. Okay. Yeah. Some, they left, did some other roles, but they're back with me. And we're just really, really tight knit. So on my team to do loans, I have 3, we call them loan partners. I call them application specialists. They're smart. Yeah. They're like underwriters. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you have to have that. They know the guidelines up front before we take that loan. Yeah. Okay. And that's what you need, and not just take a loan and then find out there's a problem, a surprise down the road. You didn't do something right. So you always got to remember, the only surprises are only good for birthdays. Surprises are not good in the morning. Amen. We like it boring. Let's keep it boring. Want it boring. No surprises. So my team is dedicated. They're, they're passionate. Okay. Yeah. One of my teammates yesterday, I was having her do some things on a file, and she was just so worried about disclosing not the right way. And there's a few little mishaps. And I'm like, we just gotta, and she was crying. Okay. Now I'm not saying that is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because she was so passionate that she's like, doesn't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
This is a very high dollar client. We want to make sure we're doing everything right. I'm telling her to go ahead and do something. We'll deal with it later. She's like, no, we got to handle it now.
Yeah.
We don't want problems down the road and stuff like that. So when I see that, I see passion. I see that she cares. She doesn't want any problems later on.
Right.
We want to nip it right now.
Yeah, it just takes initiative.
And if we ever have a problem in anything, we nip it right now. It's how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yep.
But when you come in the morning, you take care of the biggest problem you had first.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Yep.
The rest of your day is going to be great.
Yep.
So the team is key for me. So I've got the three assistants, application specialists. I've got a full-time marketing girl. And then I have an executive assistant as well who keeps me on track with, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Me and you both, TJ, you're amazing. And TJ's one of my students. And just to let you know, TJ's crushing it. He is helping a lot of families. And he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I got to yell at him a little bit, but overall he's doing a good job. Okay. And that's what it takes.
No,
some people, like, believe it or not, I'm high level, but I love being told what to do.
Yeah.
Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, I'm a firm believer that everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs someone looking at their business from an outside perspective.
Correct.
Because when you're stuck in the business, you've got your blinders on. Sometimes you can't see what you need to work on.
Yeah.
So it's huge. It's huge. Well, Patrick, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for the help you've coaching me throughout this year. I've learned a ton. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. Anything else you'd like to share?
Just hang in there. Life's a blessing, man. A lot of bad stuff out there. Who cares about interest rates and high priced houses and all that stuff? It's all about health. Being healthy. You'll get if you're looking for a house, you'll get a house. Some people it's sooner, sometimes it's later. If you're in this business, hang in there. I've been through it. It's a great business. It's very satisfying. But just hang in there, man. We're in a tough market right now, but this too shall pass. That's it.
Amen.
So,
Well, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it.
All right, TJ.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Sure. Thank you for tuning in. For more industry insights, follow us on all platforms at Loans Elevated.
And to get in touch with our team, call or text 801-713-4000 or visit loanselevated.com.